said that it's a privilege to be occupied, to be always, under pressure.
Walk us through how does the academic day at the college or the institute looks like?
Overall, it's a little stressful, but at the same time very fun.
TEDx, 180 DC, you have possibly everything you can do here.
So how is SDA Bocconi different from other institutes?
What you want to become after 3-4 years, that matters a lot.
So Ankit, when you mentioned you're not from Mumbai, so how did it help you?
One thing I understood very early on, don't judge too early.
Hello MBA aspirants. Today we are here at SDA Bocconi to have a chit chat with few of their students from first year and second year. Can you introduce yourself, like your life before joining SDA Bocconi, and how did your journey till here was like?
Hi, my name is Purvi Sharma. Before ESTA, I completed my Bachelor's of Commerce at Jesus and Mary College, University of Delhi. Post that, I was working at Deloitte USI in private equity as an audit and assurance senior assistant. And currently, I have my major interest lies in consulting and finance, and I primarily looking at pursuing my career over there.
That's nice. Ankit?
So, hello, my name is Ankit Ghosh, and I did my undergrad from NIT Delhi in the fields of computer science. Post that, I was working with Samsung R&D Delhi as a software engineer. My major aim to get into MBA and was for pivoting towards consulting side, and this became a very good choice, SDA Bocconi Asia Center. And post that, I worked around in Samsung R&D for about 1.5 years, and going to be graduating in the next 3 months.
Nice. Nirvik?
My name is Nirvik Potnis. I am 23 years old with a degree in BCom from Mumbai University. Post that, I did my work experience at CC Avenue Payment Gateway, the only listed payment gateway in India. I worked there for 2 years, and then I decided to do my MBA, and SDA looked like the best choice for us. So with the kind of exposure and the kind of network you can build here, this was very suitable for me.
Right. Lokesh?
Hi, my name is Lokesh Chaturde. I worked at Flex Electronics after doing my engineering. I worked as in the consulting domain of the global procurement and supply chain management. Now I'm aspiring product management roles and consulting roles at SDA Bocconi.
Okay, that's nice. So what motivated you guys to join SDA Bocconi over other Indian and international B schools? Ankit?
So for me, getting international exposure was of prime importance. And this is something which this college offers us, being in the Milano campus. And I'm very grateful because I'm just back from Milan, and seeing the exposure, seeing the various ethnicities, various cultures, traveling across Europe. So that was something which was of prime importance for me, because in future lies ahead dealing in global market. And that is something which was a conscious choice I made. So
Purvi?
So for me, primarily, it was the Milan immersion for the 4 months that we have, and I'm looking forward to it because our batch is about to leave for Milan in September. Secondly, now that I'm here in this college, the USP of this college would be all professors or most of the professors being from Milan, and they are not just professors at Bocconi University Milan. They are industry professionals, and we get a lot of exposure in those terms. Thirdly, it would be a lot of exposure in terms of the batch size, because we have a comparatively shorter number, because of which we are able to broaden our horizons and connect with a lot of people at once. So these are a few reasons why I prefer ESTA over other colleges.
Nice. Lokesh?
So for me, it was the curriculum and the course. Like this is a general management course. So you have lots of options to take the subjects. If you want to do a marketing, you can take in the first sem. But if you're thinking like my marketing is not my domain, you can immediately switch in second semester. So for me, it was the curriculum and the global exposure.
So before joining ESDA, of course, you would have given entrance exams. And what was your journey like with respect to GMAT, CAT, or ESDA Bocconi test? So how was your journey, and what were the key challenges that you faced? Nirvik?
I gave couple of exams, CAT, NMAT, and then the Bocconi test. It had a lot of conceptual questions where they were coinciding with the NMAT and the CAT questions.
Okay, nice. Purvi?
So I gave the NMAT test, the CAT and XAT. I did not appear for the Bocconi test because my NMAT score was eligible for the college. And I genuinely did not really face issues with the score because the cutoff was such and I was able to clear the cutoff. And post that, my interviews were scheduled and here I am.
That's nice. Ankit?
So for me, it was a journey which started with CAT, NMAT, ZAT, GMAT. So I drilled hands in everything because I had the time. I wanted to
Conference
make the
exams.
I wanted to make the best of the opportunity. So the 4.5 months, I completely gave all the possible tests. Bocconi test was not needed for me because the scores were good enough. But yeah, I got into everything. Basically, the exam patterns were quite similar with each corresponding one, so it didn't face much of an issue.
So let's get into the admission experience right now. So can you walk us through your journey for like SDA Bocconi interview process and what type of questions were you asked? Purvi?
Okay, so I had a virtual round. I was not supposed to fly to Mumbai because they were very accommodating for that aspect. So it was twofold. It was taken, one of the entire round was for 45-50 minutes, and the first half was taken by one of our professors, and second half was taken by one of our alums. The interview primarily had, three types of questions. First was just basic HR hygiene questions. Second was very technical in terms of my work ex, in terms of, the current affairs, and also certain aspects of where I belong to, the city that I belong to, the country that I belong to. Especially the professor was from Milan, so she asked a very specific question about the country, which probably I should have known. And then the second round, which was with the alum, it was again a technical round. It was primarily only finance because I have done my work ex is finance based, so I had only private equity questions and just about some ratios and nothing else.
Correct. Loki?
Okay, so like my interview was revolving around all the profile. Okay, I have a 3 patents on my name, so they deep dived into the each patent, like what was your project, how did you go, and I was awarded by PM Modi itself. So like the journey went on from patent to the last journey, and then they went on like what you want to do after 3-4 years. So I went on answering I want to start my own business after 3 to 4 years. Then they went more deep, like what will be the challenges, what will be the business, and how will you scale up. So these were some of the business questions that were revolving around my profile and my aspirations.
Okay, that's nice. Ankit?
My interview was, again, I was in Delhi, so it was a virtual interview which I had, and it was quite a long interview dwelling into my profile, my undergrad subjects which were taught in undergrad, then with my work experience, what exactly was I working on, and because I was working with Samsung, so the competitive market, what all other products related to Samsung are there. So that was something which I was not prepared about, but that gave me a good opportunity post interview to understand about, and mostly it dwelled around that.
Nirvik?
My interview was on campus because I am from Mumbai. I'm a first year. So when I came to interview here, I had two professors. They were asking about my profile in depth. What have you done in your academics? What is your profile? What have you worked as? So I have a background of sales and marketing. So they were asking me on how you approach clients, how do you close your deals, how much clients have you retained, all of that. Deep diving into my profile is all.
Okay, that's nice. So do you guys think that your work experience could have been an upper edge for you to, crack the interview process? Lokesh?
So definitely, like I worked in Flextronics, which is world's second largest OEM manufacturing, and I have a consulting background as well. So definitely, my work experience helped me to make my profile very strong.
That's nice. Purvi?
Yes, absolutely. I've worked in Deloitte. It's a big four. So I definitely had a leverage. But now that I'm here, I don't think that there is a disparity between work ex people and freshers. We are currently standing at 58% work ex people in our cohort. I'm in the first year. And for the second years as well, it's roughly ranging from 55 to 60%. So I don't think there was a leverage, but I don't think there's a disparity.
Okay, that's nice. So what would be that one-line advice for the aspirants, like with respect to the interview process? Like, do you have any advice for them, like how to crack the interview or that one, the hint that you would like to give to the aspirants? Ankit?
So for both the aspirants, for freshers, I would say study your undergrad subjects very well, because that is something which the interviewer will get into. And if you have a good work experience, don't miss out on undergrad subjects as well, because it's not just necessary they'll ask you about work experience. So that is something I'll say, just be very technically prepared, because other aspects you might cover, but technical aspect is something you need to brush upon.
Right, absolutely right. Lokesh?
Okay, so when you are seeking admission at SDA Bocconi, it's not just your marks, it's about your profile as well. So like I will suggest, like for future aspirants who want to secure admission here, be yourself and know your profile in depth. Like what's written in your CV, go through each line, each word, and what you want to become after 3-4 years. That matters a lot.
Nirvik?
As he rightly mentioned, know yourself and your background in and out. If you have done any particular kind of certification or some kind of course that is different from regular studies, know that very deeply. There will be technical questions based on that.
Okay. So talking about the campus life and culture at SDA Bocconi, so basically it is more known for its multicultural and the cultural environment here. So do you have any views like how it has helped you in, upskilling your profile in that sense, Purvi?
Okay, so I have primarily and mostly been towards the north side of the country, and I have done my undergrad from there. So when I came here, of course, I faced challenges, but within first or the second month, it was a very, enriching. It started becoming an enriching experience in terms of the multicultural aspect of it. I had the opportunity to learn from a lot of people coming from different parts of the country. And as I mentioned that the professors here are from Milan, there are other batches as well in the college like IEMB, EMBA. These people come from Milan, then you have the opportunity to connect with such people, which also gives you a very different view of the country as a whole. You're not in the bubble anymore. So this is something that is a very unique aspect, I would say, about the college.
So Ankit, when you mentioned you're not from Mumbai, so how did it help you?
So in India, definitely you have people from various ethnicities, people coming across the country. That was something which was definitely very, very new to us. Uh, People are not the same from everywhere. But one thing I understood very early on: don't judge too early, because this is a place where you're seeing new people every time. And once you move to Milan, I was sharing the class with Germans, Italians, Americans, Chinese, so everyone possibly there. So being prepared about what to say in front of them and what not to say. So just being ready with that.
Yeah, that's nice. So what student clubs and committees or global immersion experiences are on campus? Like, what is it like with respect to clubs and committees? Every institute has its own clubs and committees. So how is ESDA Bocconi different from other institutes?
Okay, so SDA Bocconi has lots of clubs from marketing to finance, and there is also a new club, and I am the founder and president of the Case Circle as well. So we started this club this year as well. So you will have an option to which club you want to opt. Maximum you can opt for 2 clubs and minimum 1 club. So definitely you will have lots of guest lectures, lots of session, student run session for each club. So definitely you will get a lots of exposure in the clubs.
So broadly, you can classify it into committees, which you have placement committee, media committee, alumni relations committee. Then you have the academic clubs, marketing, finance, all the possible academic clubs. Then you have non-academic clubs. Then you have non-extracurricular clubs. So with TEDx, 180DC, you have possibly everything you can do here. So that is a very special character about the place, that you about for 400 people, 200 are in some or the other clubs and committees. So everyone has some position to hold on to, some responsibility to work on for.
So what committee or club are you part of?
So I'm the part of Alumni Relations Committee, which basically works very closely with the placement cell as well, and helping and maintaining network with the alums, where they have gone on to. Luckily, the alums of SDA Bocconi are at really pivotal roles in the corporate world. Connecting with them, we have various meetups which we organize. Last year, we had a very beautiful sailing event which we had, where we had approximately 150 alums joining us. So I'm very glad that I'm a part of it. We also land up with various internships and jobs from them. So yeah.
I am the vice president of the marketing and sales club here, and our work here is to educate the batch on marketing and sales concepts, bring in guest lecturers that do the same, give industry insights on those particular domains. Maybe those guest lecturers convert to something better for us, amount to something better. That is what our job is.
Okay, so now that we are talking about the campus life, so as you guys mentioned that you both are from first year, so how was your journey building a relation with the second year students, like with your seniors, and how have they helped you in your journey so far? Urvi?
Okay. So it started with me getting into the alumni relations wing of the placement committee because that was my first line of communication with the seniors. I would be very honest, I was in the start, I was scared to talk to people in general because you are in a new city or in a different college. You suddenly move from corporate to, the student life back again. So it is an apprehension that you have. But the seniors, the IMB 7 batch has really been helpful. They have been cooperative. They have been very accommodating. They are a constant beck and call, all of my seniors that I'm currently in contact with. And then slowly and gradually, I started broadening my horizons with others as well, not just restricted to the committees or clubs, other students, just for my own networking and for, getting to know more people in general. So I would say they have not only been helping us, in terms of Milan or in terms of college, they've also helped in terms of the city. For me, as a person who's come from a different city, they have helped me that what kind of food, what kind of culture that I can explore. So yeah, I would say very helpful, very generous.
Nirvik?
My journey, my first contact with the seniors began, as she rightly said, during the placement committee rounds and the ACAD committee rounds. They were very helpful. The rounds were very stressful, but the people who take these interviews are very nice. Some of them are my closest friends right now, and they're very nice. They accommodate well. Some of them who don't belong to Mumbai come to me for advice on what places to visit, where to go, what places to just go around, what are the best eateries out there.
That's nice. So let's get into the academic part of SDA Bocconi. So can you, walk us through how does the academic day at the college or the institute looks like? Lokesh?
So like when you join SDA Bocconi, first year is very stressful because there are lots of club selections going on. Then later on you have certification courses, you have some external sessions conducted by the external company experts. So definitely for first year is very stressful, but you will go through it as the time passes.
Nice. Ankit?
So the day you're in ISDA, I would say off by the class starts at about 9 o'clock in the morning, goes till 5:36. But that doesn't just leave you, because post that you work with the committees, clubs. So you're in the college for a really long time, and that is a good part of it, because you're continuously meeting people. Professors are here, and with the various project works which we do here, so that is something which our library time goes there. At midnights we are here completing our projects, because just the next day we have some good submissions to be done.
Nirvik?
Uh, our lecture start at 9 generally, goes on till 4. Then we have extra lectures, maybe guest lectures kept by some clubs or committees. Then some other sessions, and then as he mentioned, more assignments and projects to be completed. So we are here pretty late. But overall, it's a little stressful, but at the same time very fun, because all the peers are here on campus almost 10 hours of the day, and you interact with everybody. You be with them, you like celebrate with them, so they become your family.
Nice. So talking about the internships and placements, where most of the aspirants are very eager to know and curious to know like how it works here. So talking about the summer internship, so what was your journey like in summer internship? Where did you get placed, and how was the placement journey till then? Nirvik?
So I am placed at Geo Creative Labs, the creative wing for Geo. Every marketing bit goes through them. I am interning there for 2 months, and the amount of exposure I get there, the people I meet, the work that I do is tremendously amazing. That's all I can say.
Ankit?
Okay. So I did my internship in Gurgaon with Zapfresh.com. So Zapfresh basically does meat delivery in B2B segment. We are very heavy on B2B segment with airports, hotels, and all of it. So I was placed there as a CRM and marketing manager intern, basically dealing with clients, partnerships, and in respects to marketing, I was on various shoots with Hindustan Times, because we were collaborating with them for various shoots. So something which I learned a lot about the college during that time was the amount of curriculum and studies we did in the first year was everything hands-on in the experience. Every single thing which was taught, be it in complex workshop classes, was in hand. I was solving it there in the internship. So it felt like what I had studied, I'm able to execute it as well.
Thanks. So, how does the career services or placement support work at SDA Bocconi specifically? So, Purvi, can you help us with that?
So we have the Career Development Services, which is CDS, under which we have the Placement Committee. And Placement Committee has 3 wings, which is the CR, which is Corporate Relations, L&D, Learning and Development, Alumni Relations, 3 wings. They have different roles. CR has corporate outreach, L&D works on training the students, namely, helping them curate their resumes. They always help us, in editing those resumes and making them industry specific. And in terms of the sessions that we have, that also are clubs, the marketing club, finance club, and other clubs, they also hold sessions for us that help us, understand the industry, understand how the corporate world looks like, and the alumni relations wing, which also helps us, manage sessions, have the alumni exposure here, because alums are already out there, they are in the corporate. So tremendously we get to learn a lot from the alums through sessions, and of course they help us with the network, with the professional opportunities that come to the campus. So that's how the entire flow is.
Next, Lokesh.
Okay, so I'm in the second year now. When we were in the first year, like we were trained for each role and each sector. Like I was the aspirant of the consulting. So we had industry expert session from the Mondelez, Accenture Strategy, and from KPMG. So they are preparing for aspiring domain for which you are interested in. And then we have some certification, also KPMG certification. Then we have Grant Thornton Lean Sigma Green Belt certification, and many more. So this is how the CDS prepares you for the interview and the future opportunities.
So, what type of roles and sector do typically students here get into? Lokesh?
So you will get lots of opportunities in multiple domains like you are aspiring it. So you have opportunities in consulting, marketing, sales, HR. So definitely lots of domain do come on the campus for the placements.
Yes. Ankit?
In each sector, with being in HR, you'll have the HR managers, and basically tagging all the manager tags after you'll graduate. Hopefully you'll have a manager position added to your resume. In consulting, you have consultant managers, and you join in as associate consultants for if you're a fresher. In regards with IT sector, you have product managers, associate product managers. So good spread of roles, as we have observed with all our alums passing out, the amount of various and diverse roles they were getting in, and a few also do start their own business, so they give whatever name they want to their position.
Nice. So now that we come to the end of this conversation, so what would be that one-liner advice for those MBA aspirants who are looking forward to join SDA Bocconi? So I would like to hear from all of you a one-liner for them. Lokesh?
For the coming aspirants of the joining SDA Bocconi, like I would like to tell them, like first go through your profile and what you want to become in future as a business leader. So that's how you select your subjects and go through it.
Right. Purvi?
So it's said that it's a privilege to be occupied, to be always, under pressure. So I would say that do not be scared of the stress or the hectic schedule that comes forward for any B school that you get into, not just this college. But at the same time, be aspirational and be thorough with whatever you are doing. That's how you go up in the trajectory.
Ankit?
So for me, I would say, like, work really hard to get where you want to, in which college, because once you're in the college, you need to work even harder. So yes.
Nirvik?
I would say network as much as you can, because the more you build your network, the better opportunities come to your door, and the network helps you grow bigger in your career.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, all 4 of you, for your time and giving us so realistic and rightful insights via this conversation. Many of the MBA aspirants out there are looking forward to join SDA Bocconi, and this conversation is really going to help them a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you.